Hey y'all, it is November the 1st, 2019. I thought I would start off this particular video by saying that I said it a lot. It's kind of a mantra, and I'll say it again. Um, those who don't read and those who can't read are pretty much in the same boat, and that's pretty unfortunate. However, I read a lot of articles, all sort of articles. And the thing is, I'm willing to bet good money that you do as well out there. The other person, the person who's listening to this, you. I'm talking to you. I know you're out there reading these articles and they're wild. There's way too many that you could even shake a stick at. And we all just pour through them. It's like we're trying to bail out the ocean. It's unending. It will not end. All right? Type of wild stuff. And we tell some people about it. There's certain articles that I tell people about frequently. Like, there'll be certain articles that I can't help but bring up to many different people just to see if they ever heard about it. And chances are, no, they haven't. Where I go, the people who I talk to, chances are, no, they have not. Some of them have. This one's a pretty recent one, I believe. It's actually published October the 29th, 2019. So you might be seeing it here first. And not only just tell you about the article, I thought we'd just go ahead and read through it. I don't know, it's kind of long. Wait, nope. Nah, we can handle this. We could definitely handle this. I don't know if you can handle this, actually. I mean, obviously, you're seeing the headline. I bet you can handle it, but a lot of people can't. You got to ease it on them. All right? This is kind of wild. And I don't know that everything in here is true, but I can assume that it is true. I'm pretty sure, like, if I were to put money on it, I'd say it's probably true. So we're going to dive into it. Texas school district mandates teaching fifth graders how to... I mean, that's a tough one. Unnatural sex. A lot of people, before we get into it, most of these people out here is too blind, all right? They just can't see, and they also cannot help that they can't see. They're going to be like, oh, man, you're just kind of blowing things out of proportion. I bet you they're wholesome drawings and stuff, so that's, it's not going to be anything. It's too graphic, I bet you it's only going to be, they're going to teach people that it's okay to be, different and stuff like that. Nah. I mean, that's what's going to be the excuse of these people. And it's like, dude, don't even blame these people. Trust me, they are not ready to know this. They are not ready to know what they're getting their children into. And yeah, they are. Certainly are. And this is real close. It's real close to home. They're actually talking about Austin School District, Austin Independent School District. All right, and that's in Austin. And that's not too far away from here. It's by Todd Starnes. It says this. That'd be Todd Starnes right there. You can see him. The sex and gender revolutionaries have officially taken over the Austin School District without firing a single shot. Like, just took it over. Just mobbed out. And pretty much, like you said, without too much opposition. Here's the thing, before we get into it, I could have probably told you that something like this was coming very soon. And most of the people who even watch this video could have probably told you something like this is coming down the pike. All right. So, we are fortune tellers. We're mad scientists. In spite of overwhelming opposition from parents and pastors, the district's trustees voted early Tuesday morning to implement a pornographic sex education. And sex education's been going on for a little while, and they just pushing the envelope, right? This policy that includes instruction on unnatural sex acts and condom applying techniques. Don't you know that you could believe it? I mean, you've seen this coming. You've seen it, and they've been pushing the envelope all these years. And so we're finally here. We can't go much further, all right? The quote, "You have overstepped," is going to come into play. The father of a fifth grader demanded to know who gave the school district the right to impose such vulgar lessons on his child. He said, "Who gave you the right, Austin ISD? You have overstepped." And I imagine he would have said a lot of other things, but I'm not sure if there's a video. And who's a rightfully frustrated dad. And that's what he said. The radical sex education policy will provide graphic instruction on gender identity and mandated support of the LGBTQPIIA-2 LMNOP movement. Students in grade school and middle school will also be taught how to get an abortion, all right? Because that's what they need to know, or obtain birth control pills, right? Because obviously without parental permission or consent, unfortunately, more than 100 citizens spoke at a Monday night's district meeting, and the overwhelming majority, believe it or not, were opposed to the policies. The school district will also begin instructing students to no longer, and I've heard this before, dude, and I know you heard it before, no longer use the words like mother and father, right? And why is that? All right, they're going to discuss it. They use a gender inclusive language. The district's material mandates. All right, you might know that some people don't know whether or not they're a boy or a girl, or maybe they think they're a girl when they're a boy, or maybe they think they're a boy when they're a girl, or maybe they think there's something in between. All right, the schools are trying to desperately accommodate for these people. All right, it is important to avoid terms which refer to only male or female identities when speaking with young children, as this can limit their it says it can limit their understanding of gender into binaries. You don't want to limit them, all right? And it can exclude children who may not identify within these identities. The district's curriculum recommends integrated words like parents or guardians instead of mom or dad, all right? And who knows how many parents and guardians? Maybe you have 4 or 5 or something like that. Maybe they're just doing God knows what and stuff. I mean, it's all good, right? Grooming children for sex. Man, I never thought I would say that about, man, Texas Values. One of the state's leading family advocacy groups warned that the Austin ISD was sending a message that people of faith, guess what, are no longer welcome in the school district. Austin ISD has broken the sacred trust between school and parent. Texas Values spokesman David Walls said in a statement, Austin parents have no reason to entrust their children to a school district. That might sound familiar. Y'all might have heard me say that maybe before, that, like, parents have no reason to entrust their children to a school district that welcomes sex criminals and sexually explicit materials in the school. Help us champion truth, freedom, limited government, and human dignity, please. Support the stream. That's what they're asking. That's a pretty good stream. To force this kind of pornography on school children is nothing more than the government-sanctioned child abuse. I don't know what else it would be. I don't know how else to describe that. The district's policy is all about grooming children for sex. Pretty much, I mean, how else would you describe that? As one parent declared, the curriculum is an attack on Christianity, among other religions, I'm sure, but Christianity and family and parental rights. District trustees planted LGBTQIA PP-2 flags on their desks. More than 100 citizens spoke at Monday night's district meeting, and the overwhelming majority were opposed to the policies. Those speaking on behalf of the plan include a 9-year-old child, a 4th grader, the parent of a transgender second grader, all right, a lady who identified by the pronoun of they, them, which has to mean split personality, but that is the two-spirit. That is why it's -2. They, them, that's a plural person. That person is 2 people at least. And some gal wearing a t-shirt that read, I met God, they're queer, y'all. However that, could you imagine seeing someone with that shirt on? Obviously, they would go immediately to an institution back in the day. But I knew the fix was in before the debate even commenced. A good many of the district trustees had already planted LGBTQ IIAAPP dash to the transgender flags on their desks. Sadly, the sex gender revolutionaries have already commandeered a number of public schools around the nation, believe it or not. Instead of teaching our kids math and science, they're trying to convince little boys that they're really little girls. And mind you, I mentioned at the beginning of this, there are going to be some parents, or I guess you call them parents, out there, and they'll be like, no, we're just trying to be all inclusive for the gender fluid little children and stuff so that they don't wind up getting all depressed and stuff. And you already knows what happens to a large percentage of these gender fluid children. Okay, so I write about this stealth attack on our children in my new book, Culture Jihad: How to Stop the Left from Killing a Nation with Their Perversion. There's really no polite way to say this, folks, but if freedom-loving, church-going patriots do not reclaim our public schools, we will lose the republic. And I think that probably goes without saying. We'll lose a lot of things, all right? We're going to lose a whole bunch of things if we were to keep going down that way. All right, that's according to Todd Starnes of thestream.org. And I really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? This should go viral. If y'all know some people and stuff that might want to know about this and maybe live in the Austin area, something like that, their kids are being turned into LGBTQ LMNOPs, all right now. So, anyways, I thought y'all might want to know about that. And I appreciate y'all. Y'all holler at me about any other articles that you might think are anywhere near as wild as this and stuff, and I'll see if I can't read them without getting banned off the internet. All right, I appreciate y'all. It's November the 1st, 2019.